So most of us walk around this world feeling disappointed, hurt, angry, right? At everything and everyone, sometimes at ourselves and at God, right? But, in order for us to have peace, we need to forgive. We need to forgive ourselves. We need to forgive others, our situations that we grew up in. And we especially need to forgive God because, we walk around with a grudge against God, and He's the author of peace. He is the author of our lives. In order for us to be restored, we need God in our lives. So it is important for us to let go of pride, because pride is the one thing that stops us from forgiving, right? And if we don't have forgiveness, there's no way we can start a healing process. Pride says they did me wrong, so they need to come and ask for forgiveness before I could even consider forgiving them, right? I won't go to God because He allowed these things to happen to me. So what's the point? Why should I go back to Him? He needs to come back to me and fix it if He wants to, but I'm not interested in giving myself back to God. That is pride speaking. I know it is hurt. I know it is disappointment, but at the root of it, that is pride talking, because it is only pride that will look at yourself and expect things to come to you. I've learned that every little thing that happens in my life, it is orchestrated by God. No matter how difficult it is, if I keep seeking God, even through my disappointments, ultimately I will see all things working out for my good, because God puts us in situations that call the higher version of ourselves. It is important for us to find ourselves in these situations so that we can grow into the people that God has destined us to be. So let go of pride. That's what we need to do in order to find our healing. So today I want to talk to you about let go of pride, forgive for peace sake. I am Pulaa Montz, your inner voice magnified. I was talking to one lady last week, and I could feel that she was angry, she was upset. She's in a relationship, a marriage with her husband, and it seems like things are just not going well. And I try to speak to her, I try to comfort her, I try to allow her also to have that ear. Sometimes I know that people just need an ear, right? A non-judgmental ear. And the more we spoke, the more I realized how deeply hurt she was, right? And the more I tried to speak, I started realizing that actually, when somebody is hurt, it is difficult for them to hear a reason, to hear a new perspective, right? So I just wanted to say, guys, it is important for us to learn to forgive. And in order for us to forgive, we firstly need to let go of pride. Sometimes you are so angry at people and you're thinking, this person is the one who's supposed to come to me and ask for forgiveness. The Bible says when somebody steps on your toe, you ask for forgiveness, right? That's what Christianity is all about, because God recognized that if we don't step out to say sorry to people who have hurt us, then it will destroy us. Because sometimes people hurt you either intentionally or unintentionally, but either way, when people hurt you, as time goes by, they forget. In Setswana, we've got a saying that says, Mudiri wa lebala, mudiri wa ga lebale. That means a person who has done something to someone will eventually forget, but the person who got hurt in the process will never forget, right? So people will do things to you intentionally or unintentionally, but as the years go by, they will forget. You will be stuck with that pain, you will be stuck with that anger and disappointment if you don't take charge of your life. I always say your peace your responsibility. It doesn't matter how unfair the situation was. If you want to have peace, if you want to start a healing process, you have to make a decision to let go of pride, to forgive the people who hurt you. Forgive yourself if you're that person. You made decisions. You were young. You didn't know what you were doing. At the time, you thought you were doing what was right. But now you know better. There's no way you can go back and change what you did in the past. But you can forgive yourself starting from now. Forget about how much you disappointed yourself. Forget the bad decisions that you made. You didn't know better. Now that you know better, forgive yourself and move on. Only when we start forgiving ourselves, when we start forgiving others, the situations that we grew up in, when we start forgiving God for allowing things to happen to us, can we find healing. And in healing, there is peace. So, when it is dark, I know it will be difficult for you to hear this message if you're really going through something, if you're really hurt right now and you feel like rightfully people should be coming to you to ask for forgiveness, but nobody's pitching. How long are you going to wait? Please hear me. I'm not saying you're wrong for being hurt. I'm not saying they did not do you wrong rather. I am saying I recognize all that pain. I recognize that you are where you are right now, frustrated, angry, and disappointed, or hurt, whatever it is that you're feeling right now that's causing you not to have peace. I'm not rejecting it. You are right to feel that way. That's how you experienced whatever went on with you. But I'm saying, how long are you going to sit in that position? Don't you want to find yourself again? We lose things at times. At times we lose ourselves. But I believe that God is a God of restoration. He is still in that business. But we need to allow Him space to work. And we can only provide that space if we start to let go of pride and recognize that sometimes people are not interested in coming back to say sorry. But we can't carry around this baggage that people brought on us for the rest of our lives. I've always heard people saying, when you harbor unforgiveness, it's like drinking poison and expecting somebody else to die, right? It is so true, because I tell you, people will forget. Or people maybe didn't even notice that they hurt you, but you are carrying around this grudge, and this grudge is taking away your peace. You're the one who's left now being unable to trust. You're the one who's disappointed. You're the one who always who now has walls up because you can't receive love anymore, because you're still upset about what somebody else did to you, who doesn't even care about what they did, right? So it is important for you to please hear me out. You need this for yourself. Your partner might have disappointed you. You might have disappointed yourself. Your children might have disappointed you. God might have disappointed you. Your situation might have disappointed you. Whatever it is that caused you to be in a place where you feel like you are not yourself anymore, it's not worth your future. It has already taken away a couple of years, maybe a couple of decades, maybe. But I tell you, this is the day to let go. Allow yourself that opportunity to be able to feel again, to be able to trust again. And you can only do that, you can only start that process when you let go of pride. Stop expecting people to come back and say things that they are not even maybe intending to say. Just allow yourself to forgive them without them asking for forgiveness. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Let go of pride. Let go of anger and disappointment. so that you can start forgiving. When you start forgiving, then you will experience healing. Healing. We all need healing. But I'm the only person who can start that process for myself. You are the only person who can allow yourself to start the process of healing. And once we have healing, therein lies our inner peace. I am Pulaa Montz, your inner voice magnified.